Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Fight on these two.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Ready. Come on, boys. 51. So don't say nothing. Tight dog. Hey, watch it. Yo, let's go.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 35. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On second down, Love. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
On third and goal, Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On first down, Evans fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Check. Fresno. Kill. Turn left. Kill.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Yellow. Zero 15. Hey, one set. Check. Ball. 54.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Running to start the drive is Love. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Sponge, 22, jet, cover. 22, jet, 12, switch. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
They'll run again with Love on first down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike.
From midfield now, Haskins trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He completes it to Evans. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check three. Shift, yellow. Hey, Rimley. Under 10. 10. Jack.
They'll try the left side. It's Evans, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Wide, get wide. Joker. Back, attack.
On first down, Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Matt Ioannidis able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, 43, 15.
To try again after the sack, Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. We're scoreless after 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
Mike 51.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Hey, let's go. Let's come to crowd. Ready? Quick the edge. Come. Hey, shit. Hey, switch gears. Show it up.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Mike 51. I'm coming for you. You mine. Kill. Run. Kill. Check 31. Slap.
Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try the left side. It's Evans, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Yellow. I go blue, yellow.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes buying time to his left. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 14-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. The first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from the Motor City. And the Lions have opened it up, leading now by a couple of touchdowns. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 3, check 3. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Deuce.
On 1st down, here's Love. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A huge play there for Washington. 51 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
No.
This is Love. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Shift. Go. He's coming. We got double up.
Now a give running right is Love. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 51, Mike 51. It's a party now. It's a play. Hey, Mike 51. Now watch one. Echo. 51 for Mike. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Go, Mike 51.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From 13 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Steps away. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Yellow, I go blue, ladies. I call it color. 43, 43. Slam. Check.
On 3rd down, it's Evans. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, Guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 4-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the carry, it's Love. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
At the 33-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
51, Mike. 51. Yo, 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 go. Yo. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. I got you, punk.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll run on first down. Evans calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the 45 on second down, Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. On third down, it's Evans, and he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. 23 yards, the final tally.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point up and good, and we are tied at 7. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. Think it's intercepted.
On first down, it's Evans. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
You got it, afraid of me. Hey, 43. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Say. Check. Crunch. 15. Under crunch.
Snap coming at 1, and it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll start the drive with Love here. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Kill. Switch. Hey.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Mike 50. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check nickel. Yo. Slam.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
The Chiefs take over.
That's it, baby. We gonna work
at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Check Mike 54. It's our time. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Here's Mahomes to throw. His throw incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Yes, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Mike 5-4. Here it comes. Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Hey, Ripley. Here we go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Taken at about the 36. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 49, check 49.
Here's Love again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he finds McLaurin. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And a key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Okay, just like that. Switch, switch. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Here's Love. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. Go. 31, check 31. Hatchet. Slide. Hatchet. Switch. Mike 51, Mike 51.
They'll keep it on the ground. Love. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check 13. Check 13.
Now a toss coming right side. It's Love. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 2nd and 16, Mahomes steps away to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. Mahomes now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for KC, and even 50 yards. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Defense, let's go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Attack. 54. Watch 54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Hey, 15. Kill. Shoot. Hey, 57. Check 3. Right time.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. From the left side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Yellow, I'm the Wolverine. 54. You ain't going nowhere.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be recovered by the Redskins, and that should just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! Check the backer.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Love. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Come on, QB, come on. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Shoot. He's coming.
They'll run on first down. Love. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Washington, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.